EA Sports coverage of the National Football League comes to you from Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, Michigan. Today we've got an NFC matchup on tap, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Detroit Lions. The punter, Jack Fox, has us ready to go, and we are underway here at Ford Field. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They go play action. Young. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
Check match, check match. Go.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's the veteran Justin Houston who got in there to make the stop.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Hooker's going to throw it. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. Patterson's kick is good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the interception set him up a terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Now Raheem Blackshear going to take this one out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Not the way they wanted to begin things yet. The interception on the first play of the game. The good news, it only led to 3 points.
And remember our conversation with him prior to the ball game? He said they had something special designed for the first play. It didn't hit. Let's see if he can rebound from it and not let it get him down.
The play fake. Now Young. They'll air one out deep for Mingo. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
My, maybe that ball is 2 yards shorter. It's going to give them the lead because he had a receiver running free there. That's a tough one to miss on.
Check, strike.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Young on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Hooker. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 76 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
Up the middle, it's Montgomery, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
3 tight ends up front here, 3rd and goal.
Panther Street! Panther Street!
Montgomery. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Patterson's kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points. I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
On 2nd down, Young again. That is taken in by Hurst. And he'll be out of bounds but able to get it up past the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
97.
Now a first down throw for Young. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And the Lions are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Well, the former LSU Tiger Dante Jackson on the stop.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 5. Hooker. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6-0 our score after 1. St. Brown in motion right. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Hooker now on 2nd down. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
But that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd down and 6 now. Now Hooker. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Third down, Hooker looks to throw it. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is, because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team, both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Throwing, Hooker. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And the Panthers are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Okay, right.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Young will set to throw. Short throw underneath to Hurst. Good strength, gets him a little extra and gets them some breathing room as he's tackled shy of the 10. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. 3rd down, Young from the gun. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. That's a 3rd down conversion to 24 yards there. Nice play.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
A 1st down throw for Young. Escaping the pressure, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. There's Charles Harris getting home for the sack.
Well, you just knew that these rushers were eager to do that today. Put him on the ground. Their plan, introduce themselves individually to this rookie quarterback. They set a load a big way there with a loss of double-digit yards on that sack.
He's got Mingo. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Well, there's no disputing. He's made some poor throws in this 1st half, but this was a good one. And you can bet this is an offense that isn't going to pull back. They believe in what he can do. So all you can do is look forward, and they pick up a 1st down.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Ready, go. Drill 3.
Now Young. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Hayden Hurst. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Charles, that's a pretty good response from a rookie quarterback. He's had his struggles in this game, including the interception on the last drive, but there he takes him down the field and puts it in the end zone.
I agree with everything you just said right there, and there's a silver lining to all of this, his resiliency, because let's face it, when things are going bad and you're a youngster, they often continue to go bad. But in his mind and his actions, he said, this stops right here. And how about the positive play he just turned in?
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Here's Raymond bringing it out. Fighting through the tackle at the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
Ready?
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Panthers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Following the interception, Young. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's the tight end Hurst with it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Martin, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Here's Hooker to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. This is taken around the 12. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. On play action, Young. Short throw to the tight end Thomas. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 18-yard line.
Go, 10. Yellow, go. Ready?
A give running left. It's Sanders. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. How about this? He's to the 10. Touchdown, Carolina. Miles Sanders, 82 yards. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And he returns this to the 22. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
Hooker's going to throw it. He's airing it out for Williams. And this will be caught at the 30. And in for the Lions touchdown. Jamison Williams, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Lions have cut it back within a score. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6. Is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion, no good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Off the play fake, Young. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Hurst. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
22 needle. Trouble, 38.
Young on first down. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Young, he's going to change it up. From the red zone now, Young. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's 3rd and 10. Young. The open man is Shark. It's complete. Touchdown. DJ Chark. A 16-yard touchdown as his guys are able to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Here's Raymond bringing it out. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, playing the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Gibbs straight ahead. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
And that was a good run, and it should get the attention of the defense, but it can't just dwell on it. They've been playing so well this entire game. Maybe you just look at it and say, okay, congratulations, you got one on us, and just not let it turn into more.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Panther Street! Panther Street!
They go play action. Here's Hooker. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Panthers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play.
Ready! Ultra! Go Ultra!
A nice burst there as he'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
Here we go! Here we go! Ready!
It's Young on first down. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run with Sanders. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Miles Sanders with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to get their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Here we go!
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Ready.
On second down, here's Gibbs. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
43 rail.
Here is Young. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked by Tracy Walker. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And the pick six we just saw makes things a little more interesting. Still, though, a 2-possession game as they control their destiny in this 4th quarter. Back to it after the pick six. Young. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. On 1st and 10, Young. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Here we go.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Blaster, stick. Set, cut.
Young on 3rd down. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
Hooker's throw going into the hands of Williams. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works a defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big completion there against double coverage, and Charles, one of those guys had a pick on him earlier.
Yeah, so he didn't allow that to deter him at all, did he? In fact, it probably was a challenge. Okay, you got to pick me for? That's my turn now to make the big play, and that's exactly what he did.
Just over 50 seconds remain. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Hooker. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Panthers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Well, obviously, Charles, this stage of the game, down 2 scores, they had to put the football in the air. Unfortunately, it gets picked off.
And the criticism comes easily in situations like this, but you just laid it out. Look where they are on the scoreboard. Look at where the clock is in the game. He has to take a chance here and try and get the ball downfield to his receivers. Unfortunately, it was picked off.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Carolina. Miles Sanders, 93 yards. And the Panthers have opened up a 3-score lead as they pull away here in the 4th. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and, oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And not a good return at all. Down inside the 10, all the way back at the 7.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Ford Field.